Good morning, guys. What's going on? Back it up. Okay, so I watched the Trump rally in Orlando. I wish I could have gone. One thing I'm really frustrated about, because I'm just working so much, I don't know if I'll ever be able to go to a rally, because now it's, people are lining up 2 days before, and I'm like, I don't even know if I can get 2 days off just to stand in line to get a place at the rally. It's crazy. So it's so funny. I watched the rally, and then, well, first of all, let me talk about the rally. The rally was great, as always. He talks about his accomplishments. He's such a boss. He's such a straight up New Yorker. And if he wasn't who he is, and if Trump wasn't in the position that he was, people would just write him off as just being a straight up New Yorker. He's just like, no nonsense, direct and straight to the point, and doesn't care about calling people out on their shit. I love it. It's great. That's the type of president we need. We don't need any mamby-pamby wussy pants like Canada has. Poor Canadians that watch this channel. I feel bad for you, man. I hope you get a better president or prime minister soon, because Justin, he's just, man, he's a shame. He's what's the word? He's shameful. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Not really a strong character. Not a good guy for Canada. Hopefully, he gets somebody better next term. And I hope you guys don't take offense to it. I know all Canadians, Canadians there's some strong-minded Canadians, but I'm so glad that we just have a president in America. We had Obama for a while, so, push over and basically just, pushing the agenda forward, doesn't care about the people. But, we're so lucky to have somebody that cares about, or seemingly cares about, the people. I don't agree with everything he does. I have criticized Trump. When some people will get mad because there's some people think that he's beyond being criticized. That's some bullshit. But, for the things that he has accomplished, and it seems like he's actually trying to do the will of what the people want in this country. Can't get it all right all the time. He's just one person. And, yeah, but I love it. I love watching him just talking about his accomplishments and going off on people and calling out Hillary and talking about draining the swamp and just rubbing the Democrats' face in all the shit that all of the shenanigans that they're engaged in. So that was awesome. And then I saw a clip from the Daily Caller. One of the reporters went out to a Democratic, a rally for Democrats. I don't know if it was a specific person, but they barely were able to get a few hundred people. And the guy, I don't know his name, but he's asking people, he's like, hey, what do you think about the turnout? And the people were like, oh yeah, it's good. It was a good turnout. And then they're like, yeah, it's really interesting that people were lining up 48 hours in advance just to get to the Trump rallies, and his was packed. And then they got pissed, and they were just like, get the camera away. They got kicked out. Oh yeah, but that's the tolerant left. I don't even see, they're like, oh, well, and then one girl was like, oh, well, racism is very prominent right now. That's right. So all the black people that were there, all the Latino people that were there, they're all white racists, I guess now. They're so ignorant. And with, this whole election thing, it really has gotten me to rethink, racist incidences in the past. And I think that, it's been drummed into our heads a lot that the only people, well, just from my point of view, being a black person, my perspective, the only people that can be racist is white, and the only people that have committed racist atrocities are white. And I think, to a certain degree, I know it's not true, but I listen to black supremacists, and it's funny, white supremacists think, I've listened to their stuff too, that the black people are dumb and feeble-minded and not as intellectual, and that black supremacists think that white people are inherently evil, and that's a genetic flaw on their part. But what I think is that anybody is capable of atrocities, no matter what race they are. It just depends on the situation that they're put in. And I think that's the biggest lie that we're told, because I've seen a lot of these black people that, that have been questioned and that are out here doing stuff. They're no better than fucking Nazis. They're awful, awful people. They're just as racist. They wouldn't accept me from my point of view. They'd beat the shit out of me or lynch me if they had the chance, just because I don't agree with them. So they're no fucking better. So yeah, it's really interesting. That's why I kind of wonder now. You know, somebody put this movie in the links, and I saw it a long time ago, and I couldn't think of the name of the movie, which I'm really grateful. It's called The Greatest Story Ever Told, and I thought it was Europa, but I think it was The Greatest Story Never Told. That's what it was. It's like 6 hours long, and it basically humanizes the German people during the time of World War II, for lack of a better word. And they're trying to ban this movie. They've banned this movie. They've taken it down, and I'm just like, why would people want to ban this movie, right? So no, because they want to keep this narrative of keeping certain races, having a certain perception of certain races, right? And then keeping other races and ethnic groups in victim states. And this is how they maintain the power of control, the divide and conquer. But, you know, I mean, I kind of think of this whole thing like, it goes further back than that, but I'm just saying, just starting with World War II, World War I, the Germans were in a bad position, and then, you know, they were victimized, and then they were oppressed, and then they become the oppressors, and they oppress other people. And then now, you know, like, okay, so say the Germans oppressed the Jews at that time, and other people, by the way, it wasn't just Jewish people. But we're good, just for the sake of argument, because I'm trying to kind of lay out a point, I'm going to say the Jews. I said the Jews. The Germans oppressed the Jews, and the Jews are using their oppression as an excuse to suppress the Palestinians and their situation. And it's like, you can't even criticize it, right? And I have to say this disclaimer, like, I don't hate Jewish people, and I don't think all Jewish people are in on, you know, the whole conspiracy, because I know a lot of Jewish people. Liam Sheff, who's a really good friend of mine, my mentor, like my big brother, died a couple years ago. He was in the fight. He helped a lot of people, and he's Jewish, okay? I know a lot of people that are Jewish. Patron Nurse is Jewish. Bob Tuskin, Aaron Russo, Sean Stone, all people that are woke, that are truthers, that are Jewish. And they're not down with that either. They don't really, you know, but anyway, I'm going to tangent. So I don't think, you know, the people that can't make the distinction, they're just like, oh, Jews. I'm like, well, no. But this whole Zionism thing, which I believe is political, and there are a lot of Christians that jump on this bandwagon, and they're just like, oh, we have to support Israel because it's in the Bible. Nowhere in the fucking Bible does it say that. Show me where that you're supposed to support, you know, people oppressing other people because it says it in the Bible, right? That's bullshit. But I think the Zionism thing is political, and they're using the excuse of what happened to the Jews in Germany being oppressed by the Germans to treat, it's okay to treat people a certain way, or it's okay to be, you know, aggressive and you know, predatory and, you know, genocide the Palestinians, because that's what they're doing. They're slowly genociding them because, you know, somebody did it to them. And, you know, that's bullshit. And I'm seeing a pattern of, like, this is just in human nature, right? While they teach history a certain way, and why they, like, leave out certain, you know, facts in history that are very crucial. Why can't you, you know, there in certain countries, I've just found this out not too long ago, it's illegal to publicly question the Holocaust. Why? Because I just be like, well, just tell them, show people what happened, and then they feel that they're stupid for denying it. But why can't you? I think it happened, but I think that they're probably hiding some important details from the public that that maybe we need to know about, that they don't want us to know about. Something's not right with the whole official story about that, right? Why can't people, like, question it, at least, you know? That's some bullshit. So now in anything that they were like, oh, you can't question her, oh, you like they're doing with Sandy Hook, right? They make people, you know, they're trying to make it comparable as to questioning the Holocaust. You can't question, you know, use your common sense and look at the official story that they give you and then fill in the holes yourself. No, you just believe what we say, and if you don't, you're a horrible, terrible, evil person. You're a conspiracy theorist. You're mentally ill. But getting back to this whole, like, so Germans were oppressed, then they became the oppressors, now the Jewish people are oppressed, and now they're the oppressors, and then now the Palestinians are oppressed, and then you get some crazy bitch like Linda Sarsour that wants to take people's vagina away. It's like this whole cycle of hate. It's like you end up becoming what you're fighting. You end up becoming what you're what you hate, what you're oppressed. It's like this like never-ending cycle of like demonic oppression where, you know, you're oppressed and then you become the monster that oppressed you, and it just like carries on, right? And now of course there are a lot of Palestinians. I think a lot of them are crazy too. But I think what kind of person do you turn into when you're in the state of trauma, right? Well, no matter what race or ethnic group you are, where your family is being murdered, or you're being bombed, and you're being deformed, and your city is being obliterated, or you're kicked out of your country. I mean, it takes a strong person not to, I think, become a hateful person and pass that hate on. It's just this cycle. But so I'm going back to history. I hope I'm not losing you guys, because I know I'm going on a few tangents, but I guess what I'm trying to say with history, you know, they're just taking certain details out to kind of maintain this certain narrative, and it's much more broad than that. And racism, and, you know, I said this in my last video, and you know, genocide and all these things that happen, every race and ethnic group has been guilty of it. And this film called The Greatest Story Never Told, you know, really kind of puts some things in perspective, because when you hear about Nazis and stuff, I'm not agreeing with what they did, but you know, you never really think, you just think that they're just, oh, these evil people just got together, but you don't really, it kind of makes you understand, not agree with, but understand why somebody can become the way that can do that to somebody. And then you look at now, you know, what's going on with the whole leftist mentality and shit. And those people are fucking scary. Those people are the Nazis. These people are today's Nazis, right? And they're made up of all types of races, all types of, you know, ethnic groups and nationalities and, you know, genders, I guess now, right? They're all made up of all types of people. And it's basically just really getting somebody to adhere to an ideology to dehumanize anybody else that doesn't agree with their ideology and destroy them. Whether it's an ideology built on race or ideas or anything like that. But going back to, you know, I thought I might want to do some ads on the streets, and I don't know. I mean, I've done a couple and I put them on this channel, but I mean, one dude came up in my face and started blowing this fucking whistle in my face. I fucking grabbed this whistle. Like, I only have so much patience. I don't know how I'll be able to last with those fucking assholes coming up and like hitting my hat off my head and fucking smacking me. I was trying to fix my camera. I was at one rally. I wasn't even filming because my camera wasn't working. I was trying to fix my phone, and I was just standing up there looking into my phone. This bitch just comes up and pushes me, and I pushed her back. And then the police was like, hey, don't do that. I was like, she pushed me. She pushed me first. I'm just doing my camera. I'm not even like, I don't have any shirts or anything indicating what side I was on. She just wanted, you know, just to come up and push me. I think that's kind of an issue that I have too, is I'm not a big person. So people just think they can just come up and like fucking push me or do shit or say shit to me. And then when they find out they can't, then they get like, oh, well, you're just overreacting. I don't really, why are you getting so angry? But anyway, yeah, so the rally was great. They're gonna try and steal this election, y'all. They're gonna try and cheat, because I'm even meeting more and more people too that weren't Trump supporters before, and they are now. My cousin just came out to me. Yes, another cousin, another family member says he likes Trump now, and he's gonna vote for him. You know, there are definitely more people that are gonna vote for him this election than didn't last time, and a lot of people already voted last time and just kept their mouth shut. So I don't know, man. Let the games begin, because the Democrats are coming out. They're gonna destroy each other. I'm gonna get my popcorn. This has been great. I don't know, man. I would like to know who you guys think is gonna make it to the end of the Democratic Hunger Games to face Trump, because I don't think Trump really has any competitors on the Republican side. But the Democrats, man, it's gonna be juicy. Anyway, that's it. That's my rant for today. I hope I didn't lose you guys too much. And I will talk to you later. I beat you and love you guys. Bye bye.